Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for another OPTC video, and in today's video, we're hopping into Garb's Challenge Hody using Mono Quick. So this is the team, these are the supports. Let's dive in. Now, in today's video, I have two teams for you guys, just like the other iterations of the colors that I have done on the channel already. And the first team we are using is utilizing a free-to-play friendly subs team with Versa Kainu as our captain. And then the second team is going to be the big Quaylin team using the Christmas Legends, and that team just decimated it. I have done it with like a pay-to-play Akainu team as well. He does it very, very well, but I thought that I would just put together the Versa Akainu for the free-to-play and then use some other legends for the Quaylin team. But if you guys want to become members, if you want to support your boy even more, I will be putting up the Akainu as members only, and I might release that later on. But don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. If you are new to the channel, hit that big red subscribe button. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to belt the like button for me. But for the first two stages, we're just going to tear our way through. We want to get our cooldowns on turn 1, and then we want to make sure we take out Hody before he can give us that attack down, but it doesn't matter too much as the content really starts around this stage here, where we come up against 3 fishmen that all have like a strength, quick, or dex barrier respective to their colors, and then the Velociraptor looking fishman in the front is always going to have a 2 orb barrier for a random color. So this stage is actually stereotypically quite annoying, mainly because most teams struggle to actually get through those barriers unless you've got a lot of dual units that can give you orbs, which you guys will see in the next part of this video. Or if you have stuff like Barrier Pen, very similar to what Versa Kainu's doing, what the Halloween Legends can do, and what Versa Ace can do as well. But with Akainu's burn mechanic as well, it helps out on this particular stage significantly, as his burn damage at the end of turn will basically just do most of the work for you, and that way we can move on to stage 4 against Hyozu and Vanderdecken. Now, on this stage, you actually get poisoned, but don't stress, it's just a regular poison. It does just over 3,000 damage, so you can sort of like just cop it and like make your way through the run. But for this particular stage, they give us a full board of block orbs, bomb, or unfavorable. So we're going to use the versatility of one of our Versa Kainus. Make sure to farm that up on the barrier stage. That's the best time to farm up all your Versa abilities if you are using these types of characters, as that way you can actually get access to those amazing Versa specials. We're going to use the Versa Akainu special, as I mentioned. That way we get the conditional boost, we get the burn mechanic, and that way we can take both these guys out in 2 turns. If you don't take out Hyozu in 2 turns, he's going to give you progressive poison, which is much worse, and Vanderdecken will like blind your healing on the 3rd turn, I'm pretty sure. On to the next stage, we come up against Dosan and Zio. Now, against these guys, they have 4 turns of Threshold, and Dosan hits so damn hard, but with Clash Zora, we can remove the Threshold, and with that, we can basically just say goodbye to this whole stage. With the color affinity on on Dosan, we can do a lot of damage, but ideally on this particular stage, we just want to do as much damage as we possibly can to Zio. Zio is then going to attack us. We then apply the guaranteed burn mechanic, and then the burn will basically just kill both of these units, as Dosan hits for like 70k, which means he does like 700,000 damage to himself, which is just absolutely bonkers. On to the second last stage, we come up against Daruma and Icarus Much. This particular stage can be a little bit annoying for some teams, as you get the Orb Seal mechanic, but with Versa Kainu not guaranteeing, increasing the chance of landing on quick orbs, it helps out a lot, as when we get to this stage, usually we're going to be in good stead with some orbs. We're going to use the special of our Versa Kainu, or one of our Versa Kainus, and then the versatility of the other Versa Kainu that didn't use his versatility earlier. When we get to the final stage against Hody, there is full immunity, so we're not going to have access to that amazing versatility of a Kainu unless you take a shot. But with this particular team, we're not going to do that. We are going to sort of take out Icarus Much on the first turn, as if you get him below 50% HP, he's going to heal back up and do 50% of your HP as a HP cut. And ideally, you want to try and do as much damage to Doom as possible without killing him, because on the second turn, we want to use the Spandom special. Now, the CP9 Spandom special makes them become captain, and as captain, they can actually, rewind your specials by 2 turns, if you get hit with special reverse. So because they're captain for 2 turns, when we hit this stage against Hody, Hody's going to roll our specials back, but because we still have the CP9 or Spandom as our captain, he's going to automatically roll them back, very similar to the Versa Ace captain ability. So it works really, really nicely here, because that way we don't have to actually stall on this stage against Hody. With that, alright, so I had to reload the game there, apologies about that. The big reason I did that is we want to actually use the King special first. King actually removes Chain Lock, so you want to make sure you use King before you use Akainu. Very, very important that you actually do that. Once we've done that, we can use the Akainu special to get a Chain Lock and an Orb boost. Then we have a 2.25 times attack boost with the King special after we hit 12 hit counters. We have a 2.5 times orb boost a 3 times chain lock. We can remove the defensive effects with our Sea Monster special, and with that, Bob is your uncle, goodbye Haughty, mono quick free-to-play subs is done. So with that said, Verso kind of just sort of tears through content. But with that said, let's move on to the big Quaylin team, and let's check out how the Christmas Legends performed. Alright, so onto the big old Quaylin team now. We're running the Christmas Legends and a mono cerebral team. So this is the team, these are the supports. Let's dive in. Now with this particular team, we are using some very high-end legends. The whole team is basically legend based, and we are using some very high-end supports. You might have noticed we do have Carrot on our Onami. That Carrot support is absolutely god tier for the final stage. And we have the what's his name? Perisperos support, who is actually a free-to-play support on one of our cerebral units, so that way we can actually lock our orbs. I'm pretty sure we had it on Sanji and Pudding, and that way we can actually use that orb lock mechanic to get around the orb seal that gets inflicted on the second last stage. So this team works really, really well, but obviously being the big Quaylin team that it is, it has a lot of legends, a lot of new legends, and a lot of powerful legends. With the combination of V2, Vivi Becker as our captains, we have Color Affinity captain as well as a lot of damage. We have a chain boost or a chain multiplier with them as well. And then the chain boost with Shirishiri as well as being able to remove the burn. We have a 1.5 times attack boost with our Shanks crew every single turn. We have a lot of matching orbs, we have a lot of different colors, and we have a lot of very, very powerful specials. So, as you can see on turn 2, we can just take out this particular stage, focus on taking out the units in the front, and then working on Hody before he attacks. Otherwise he'll give you 4 turns of attack down, but that attack down is not that prevalent, as you can actually get rid of it on this particular stage, as there are a lot of barriers. But with the big Quaylin team, we have a lot of access to a lot of these orbs. So what you can actually do is, if you get lucky, obviously you can take out the units in the back as quickly as possible. But with the overheal mechanic from Shirishiri, with the healing from our V2 VB Beckers, we just get so much HP, and we can actually use this turn, or this time, to actually just build up that H pool if we need to. But with our switch abilities, you can sort of manipulate your orbs in a way that you want to, so that way you can actually get all the correct orbs to actually take this particular stage out. For some reason I didn't switch to my Shanks crew there to give myself an orb on the V2 VV Becker, but look, it is what it is. I guess we're just going to take an extra shot there. I don't know, I think I was a bit tired when I was recording this. I think I did this around the same time as the Psy one, so apologies, but we're just going to take a few extra turns here. Now that we've got the quick barrier on the Velociraptor looking guy, we can actually take him out fairly easily, as we have an attack boost, we have a chain multiplier, we have the healing. Like, this team just has so much going for it, and manages to tear through the rest of the content very, very easily. The downside is it uses a lot of switch abilities, so it is a little bit of a slower team, but nevertheless, it was so damn comfortable and had no issues beating this whatsoever. Once we hit the Hyozu stage, we're going to get poison, but it is just a normal poison, but just make sure to take out Hyozu within 2 turns, otherwise he is going to apply progressive poison. But like I said, with the switch ability of Shirishiri giving the overheal mechanic, or the healing that the V2 VV Beckers can provide, as well as Sanji Pudding giving us healing every time we move into another stage, this team just has no issues whatsoever with having enough HP to stall this out. Now, again, I didn't switch with my Shanks crew for whatever reason. But look, it is what it is. As you can see, we have so much damage, it doesn't really matter. And with the Onami special, we can actually set the defense to 0 and give ourselves a conditional boost as well. So, Onami's basically here just because she can use the Carrot support, but we can actually get access to her amazing special as well, as we have that overheal mechanic always being at max HP or over max HP, so we can always get that conditional from Onami, which works really, really well when you are running these Christmas Legends. With that, we can take this stage out, move on to stage 5. Now against stage 5, we come up against Dosan and Zeo. They are going to have 4 turns of Threshold. So this is where utilizing the special of Sanji and Pudding is so damn strong, as we can actually remove all of that and give us some color affinity to our Cerebral and Fighter units. With the support of Perispero, we can lock all of our orbs, and that way when we move on to the next stage, we're going to keep all of our orbs, and then they're going to do that orb seal. I know I use the word orb a lot in that sentence. It is what it is though, right? It is what it is. We're going to take out this particular stage. I'm pretty sure we actually take it out in 1 turn, off the top of my head. But with all of our switch abilities, we've got a bunch of stats, bunch of attack, bunch of chain lock. You guys get the gist with this particular team. And we have a lot of natural matching orbs. So we're going to focus on Zeo first. Attack with your color affinity. Remember, we are running a color affinity based team, as V2 VV Becca actually gives you more damage if you are attacking with color affinity. And as you can see, we can just destroy that stage easy peasy. Once we hit the the Daruma and Icarus Munch stage, things start to get very, very simple. What we're going to do on this particular turn is we're going to use our friend VV Becca special to give us a 2x attack and a 2x orb boost. Ideally, you want to be in the Psy variation of Shanks and Shirashari, and with the Shirashari special, we can actually remove the burn. We're then going to use our Shanks Crew special. Again, make sure that you are in the Psy variation of Shanks Crew. Very, very important that you do that. That way you actually have color affinity on the final stage. Shanks Crew is going to give us a 3.5 times chain lock for 3 turns, and with that, we can actually just destroy this entire stage. Now that VV Becca are in their dual form, they make all color orbs favorable, which works incredibly well, as it doesn't actually matter what orbs you have on this particular stage, but locking them with the Perispero trick actually helps out a lot if you are missing stuff like TND or recovery orbs. Once we hit the final stage against Horty, he's going to have 2 turns of defense up, and he gives us Sailor Despair for 3 turns, as well as rolling all our specials back by 2 turns. With the support of Lucy on our VV Becca, we can actually get our specials rolled back, and with just their special, we have the carryover of the chain lock, we have a 2x attack, a 2x orb boost, and a lot of color affinity with 2 of our units, even though this is technically a mono quick team. So the team works really, really well. Let's watch this beautiful special, and then we'll wrap up the video. Excellent. Now that we've got all of our captains in their dual form, we have all of our stats. We can break the defense up with the carrot support, and with that, we can say goodbye to Horty. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure to go down there and belt the like button for me. And if you're new to the channel, hit the big red subscribe button too. But guys, wherever you are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, I thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later!